Have you ever had a huge task ahead of you, something you knew would take all your focus, and yet, somehow, you find yourself scrolling on your phone, watching another video, or maybe even cleaning your room just to avoid getting started? Yeah, I've been there too. I used to procrastinate all the time, and it wasn't just a minor thing. It took a toll on my progress, my mental health, and honestly, my self-esteem. But today, I'm here to share how I turned that procrastination into productivity. And it all started with one simple change to my routine. Stick around, because if I can do it, so can you. Let's rewind for a second. I used to think procrastination was just about being lazy. Like, oh, I just don't feel like doing anything today. But the truth is, it's way more complex than that. For me, it was rooted in fear. Fear of not doing things perfectly, fear of failure, or just being overwhelmed by how big the task seemed. Sound familiar? That constant cycle of procrastination wasn't just about avoiding work, it was about avoiding the discomfort that comes with starting something that feels huge and unmanageable. And I know this is something a lot of you are probably dealing with right now. You're not lazy, you're human. But here's the thing I didn't realize. Procrastination isn't the problem. It's a symptom of something deeper. The real issue is not having a solid plan, a routine, or a structure to fall back on when your brain starts to overthink. Once I realized that, everything started to shift. So, what did I do to change things? The first thing I did was build a routine. Now I know what you're thinking. Ugh, another routine? But trust me, this was a game changer for me. I used to think routines were boring, stiff, and restrictive, but that was before I understood their true power. A solid routine isn't about having every minute of your day planned out. It's about creating a framework that helps you get started and stay on track. When you don't have to make a decision about what comes next, it eliminates that decision fatigue that contributes to procrastination. Think about it. How many times have you stared at your to-do list and just felt paralyzed? A good routine gives you structure, but with flexibility. It helps you take the first step, even when you don't feel like it. So, I started with this simple idea. My morning routine sets the tone for the day. I wake up at the same time every day. The first thing I do is hydrate. Seriously, water. It's like a reset button for your brain. Then I do something physical, whether it's a quick workout or stretching. These small wins build momentum, and by the time I sit down to work, I'm already in the zone. Here's another big thing I learned. Don't tackle everything at once. I used to look at my to-do list and think, there's no way I can do all of this today. And you know what? I was right. But the secret is in breaking things down. When I started breaking big tasks into bite-sized pieces, everything changed. Instead of thinking, I need to finish this entire project today, I'd think, let's just get started on the first part. If I can finish this section, great. If not, I'll come back to it later. That shift helped me focus on the process, not the result, and that helped me stop getting stuck before I even started. So, my advice? Break your tasks into micro-tasks. It's way less intimidating, and once you knock out the first few, you'll feel that momentum building. Trust me, momentum is your best friend when it comes to overcoming procrastination. Here's another thing that helped me. Accountability. Now, this one's a bit of a game changer because it taps into that social motivation. I'm someone who tends to avoid tasks when there's no one else involved. But when I started telling someone, whether it's a friend, a colleague, or even a social media community about my goals, I felt an obligation to show up. This isn't about pressure though. It's about creating a support system. For example, I started checking in with a friend every morning. Hey, here's what I'm working on today, and I'll let you know how it goes. It made all the difference. When you tell someone your plans, you're more likely to stick to them. And if you don't, it feels like there's someone else counting on you, and that can be powerful. Let's talk about celebrating progress. This is something I was terrible at before. I used to think that the only time I could celebrate was when I finished the entire task, but that just set me up for disappointment. Now, I make it a point to celebrate the little wins. Every time I finish a micro task, I take a moment to appreciate the effort it took. Whether that's a quick, good job me, or treating myself to something small, it reinforces the habit. Acknowledging your wins helps build positive momentum, and over time, that turns into productivity. So, to sum it up, here's what worked for me. 1. Recognize that procrastination isn't just laziness. It's a sign that you need structure and a solid routine. 2. Build a routine that sets you up for success, especially in the morning. 3. Break big tasks into smaller, manageable steps. 4. Hold yourself accountable to someone. Make your goals social. 5. Celebrate the small wins because progress is progress, no matter how small. If you're struggling with procrastination right now, I want you to take one small step tonight. Whether it's setting your morning routine or breaking down a big task into something tiny you can start on tomorrow. Let's stop waiting for the perfect moment and just get started together. It won't be easy, but I promise you, the progress you'll make will be worth it. Remember, you don't need to be perfect to be productive. The key is consistency, small actions, and having a routine that works for you. So, let's make today count. I'd love to hear what small steps you're taking to overcome procrastination. Drop them in the comments, and let's keep this momentum going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.